Welcome everybody, my name is Michael, and today we are discussing about a terrible day for cryptocurrency. It is, well, the bearer of bad news. We are the bearer of bad news, and crypto has lost quite a bit of money. All of the coins out there, all of the market caps have sunk to a total of under $1 trillion. Now this is not that bad for us, because when you consider the fact that Nasdaq has had one of its worst days since 2020 when COVID started, and crypto really fell 10%, and all of the markets, global markets, lost over $1.5 trillion in a single day, while our own market cap just fell below 1 trillion, lost 100 billion here, lost 100 billion there. It's nothing. It's all external factors now, because the past 24, 48 hours has been a panic on the normal markets. Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, global markets, Forex, all that. Boom, gotcha. See ya. Inflation report came out, and, well, as we all knew, it wasn't anything good. We lost quite a bit of money over the past year, and I feel it every single time I go to the grocery store. I'm thankful that Mariano's has those cash counting machines, the little coins that you dispense, because with the coins, guess what? We've been having a lot of situations where those coins came in handful, very handful, come in with a plastic bags full of coins and bing, 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 pennies and all that. I make sure to do it when, it's late at night, no one's there, or early in the morning, but it's a little embarrassing, but I'm thankful for it, and I'm happy, but I can't wait for prices to go down, and I'm happy that gas prices have started to go down a little bit, so it's a little bit more bearable. But there have been weeks like this week where I went to work, and I knew that I could either call out because, well, that would be a silly reason to call out, but I didn't have gas to come back home. I would be on my way home. If I drove very slow, maybe I would have made it, maybe I wouldn't. And that's it. I had no money, nothing whatsoever. So I had a buddy spot me $100 from work, but that was like, wow. And the gas prices have gone down a little bit, so it's better than it was, but there have been some tough moments where gas was, 5 and 6 and all that. It's like, wow. So now gas stations are doing little promotions. If you're a member, you get $3.50 or, $4 or whatever the prices might be. You get 50 cents off from 2 to 4 p.m., which I'm at work anyways. But there's little promotions here and there, and, got to look for coupons from Walgreens every time you go. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, life is a lot harder than it was 2-3 years ago. That's for sure. This year is insane. And I just looked up the rent of my own apartment. If you're going to be looking at it next year, which my lease is up in late January, then it already went up by $50. And, that's not a huge amount, but consider the fact that for past residents, it already went up $200. I am paying more. I wanted an older apartment, but they didn't have any, so I had to get the newer apartment, which honestly I don't care. I just care about having a place. I had to have a cosigner because my credit was so bad. Now my credit's a little bit better. Still not sure if I'll probably still need my mom to co-sign to the next apartment. We're not really sure. It's a tough time right now. So what's happening in crypto? It's just a temporary moment where we're not all surprised, because this has been going on for a while. This has been expected, the inflation report, and then we have more data coming out in the next couple of days, and probably that's going to be bad. It's all over the place. So yeah, the Fed is going to hike interest rates most likely by another 0.75%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is, because now we're seeing average mortgages, if you've got a 750, 800 FICO score, which is great, excellent, right? You're paying 6.5, sometimes 7%, which that's a huge amount. And then if someone's paying 10% or more on their mortgage, that is insane. We are seeing insane rates right now, where if your mortgage is varying, then you might be saved when rates go down a little bit, but you're still going to lose quite a bit of money. If your mortgage rate is fixed and you get a bad rate and it goes down a percentage or 2% or 3%, just take out a calculator, whatever your house is. You might notice that there's a difference of a couple $100 a month in payments. For 30 years, that's a huge amount. Huge. Imagine, $400 times 12 times 30 years. That's insane. You're talking about money, six figures at that point, that could have been well spent and could have been invested in the market. And the real opportunity cost is not just six figures, it's actually seven figures, because you could have invested that maybe into crypto, maybe into index funds, mutual funds, and you would have had seven figures after the 3 decades, which is crazy to think about, but a lot of people don't. So car rates are going up. We're seeing that, the normals, again, used to be 2, 3. People remember 0%, you have 0%. And now we don't really get those customers because they realize it is insane all over the board. But now we're seeing 5%, 4.5%, 5% for new car customers, where they get the best incentives, best rates, perfect FICO scores. So if you've got a bad FICO score, you're going to be seeing interest rates where below you had a chance of, maybe not single digits if it's your first car, second car, whatever, but double digits and below 20%. Not that bad. Well, I have a car loan still, obviously. It's at 16.99%, which I got an amazing rate considering that back then rates still weren't as great as they were a couple years ago, because it was last year, but they weren't that bad, obviously. So I had a 532 or 536 credit score, whatever it was. I think 532, which is insanely low. I put $4,900 down. That's also why the interest rate went a little bit down, and chances of approval, of course. So right now, even though my credit score, depending on where you look at it, could be anywhere from a 570 to, some sources are saying 630. So let's just say it's at a high 590s, right? It has gone up quite a bit considering what has happened over the past year. I would probably be looking at a similar interest rate or even higher. So despite the fact that my credit score went almost up a tier, and it soon will go up a tier, depending on which sites you look at, Vantage scores, Auto FICO, FICO 8, FICO 9, whatever model you're using, my score will continue to rise. I can only expect that probably my next car is going to be right around that percentage, where it should be lower, and there is a chance that it might be lower if I put down a pretty large down payment. But interest rates have skyrocketed multiple percentage points, that I was hoping, my next car could be, maybe below 10%. Chances of that happening are not that great, especially if it continues to go up where the Fed is hiking interest rates, because that affects the entire economy. That affects all loans out there. So I just wanted to discuss this. It's bad. It's a really terrible time right now for almost everybody, except those who are profiting billions of dollars from this. And it is what it is. We're at a point right now where, due to the pandemic, it's kind of like a K chart, where you see some businesses going up, some businesses going down, because of the big boys who had tons of assets, the asset-rich companies. They started profiting and they made tons of money, and then the local companies got destroyed. You had a lot of bankruptcies, and the consequences will not be over until at least a couple years from now, but there's still going to be smaller consequences that are going to be everlasting. What we can do right now is, if you have a bad job, hopefully you find a better job. Hopefully you increase your savings if you can. Hopefully you can invest, again, if you can. I can't right now. I can't increase my savings or, invest, because I have to pay off my debts. So if someone has to pay off the debts, do what you have to do. It's a long journey. We are going to get out of it eventually, but it's like, oh my goodness, this does not make things easier at all. It makes things a lot harder. Anyways, with the way that the environment is right now, what I'm going to do is I pay, with utilities and everything, over $1,400 a month for my apartment, a studio, which is which I thought was overpriced. But now looking at rates around me, and this is not like a luxurious community or anything, I realized that my next apartment, I'm going to be looking at rates similar to this, maybe even higher. And it's crazy because rent keeps going up for a lot of places. And I do want to move because I don't necessarily like it here. But if it was just a little bit better, then I probably would stay. And there's still a chance that I might stay, just because if I can't find anything for a relatively reasonable price, then it's going to be very difficult. So what I'm going to do is, I completely forgot that they have free snacks. So I'm going to take some free mini Dorito bags because I'm completely broke. So might as well, get what you pay for technically, right? So wow, what a year. What a year. I can't wait. I'm very excited for the holidays because they're kind of like my warm memories, nostalgia, soft spot in my brain where I'm thinking like, woo, Christmas. What? It's 102 days away or something like that. Very excited. Very excited for that. At Thanksgiving and even Halloween. Any little break I could get, I'm excited. Because we have been through a very tough year, all of us. So crypto's going to recover. The market's going to recover. Everything's going to be fine. It's just going to be a very long time. Things are delayed. I just hope that some of the incentives... Oh, there's another thing. In the state of Illinois, taxes have been reduced for stuff you purchase, local goods, right? Like food and even gas, from July 1st to December 31st. So I hope that they extend that. Or, that'll hurt a little bit when they don't. But it is helping right now. It is helping right now. I've noticed a tiny bit of a difference after July 1st, that it did get a little bit better, especially with gas. That's definitely helping gas prices. But we're going to see. We're going to see. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Don't get too depressed. Stay safe. Take care. And bye. Well, we keep getting unlucky. Yeah. My brace fell off and I had a appointment with my dentist. Oh my, it's like tugging at my teeth. I had an appointment with the dentist next Tuesday. I was supposed to do it this Tuesday. And this is completely unrelated to my root canal, but wow. Woohoo! Yeah, I feel it tugging at my teeth. So we have an appointment now with a orthodontist because a dentist can't handle it. And that's in 2 days. So, had more money wasted, but what can you do? It just fell off. So